Hey, it's Courier Girl, and we are going to New York City for a courier job search today. This took a lot of thought because New York is such a big city and it's broken down into different areas. And I thought, wow, how can I cover the whole city in one video unless it's like hours long, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make this kind of an overview video of the city with a few searches, but not as many as I do in some of the other cities. And if you want me to do a specific area of New York, let me know in the comments and I can break it down even further for you. So here's the map of New York, and you can see that it's broken down into boroughs. So the city kind of like around here. You can kind of see the outline. And it's broken up into 5 different boroughs. And what I did is I got a map of the boroughs with the population. So we've got the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island all make up New York City. And if you look at the population of 2020, you can see that Brooklyn is the largest, followed by Queens, then Manhattan, then Bronx, then Staten Island. So I think I'm going to do them in that order. And obviously Manhattan is like the big downtown area. That's where all of the big buildings are in the big downtown areas. But, all the other areas have stuff going on too. So we don't want to discount any of them. So what I did was I did first a Courier Services in New York, New York. Okay. And if you look at this map, there's not a ton of them, but they're all in like Manhattan, all of them. And there's one sitting out over here. So I thought, well, that can't be right. There can't be that few courier services in the New York area. So you can if you even scroll it in, it doesn't come up with that many more. So I thought, what if I do it by the different boroughs? Okay, so I've got all the searches here, and I did it by population. So Brooklyn has the most people, so I did Courier Services in Brooklyn, and look, you've got a whole bunch more, and you've even got one over in Manhattan, but you have a whole bunch more in the Brooklyn area compared to pretty much nothing. Then we go to Queens, and there's a whole bunch in Queens that aren't showing up. There is a bunch in Manhattan that didn't show up in other places. Okay, maybe all these showed up in Manhattan when you did the New York search, but there's probably a few more. And then in the Bronx, there's a whole bunch. And then on Staten Island, there's a whole bunch. So as you can see, this is really kind of 5 different searches. So what I'm going to do is search the 5 areas. I'm not going to even use the general search because I think they're going to be covered with the 5 areas, but I'm not going to do it as in depth as I usually do for time, and also because if you want me to do one of these specifically or any of the surrounding areas specifically, because look, there's tons of other things. There's Newark, that's New Jersey. There's Patterson, there's White Plains, New Rochelle, Yonkers. You can go all the way out Long Island. You can go just so many different places around here and then neighboring states because all of this is kind of clustered right together. So when you get in a very populated area, you probably want to break down your search into more suburbs or subgroups or smaller cities around to get more companies. Now, you should have no problem finding courier companies and courier jobs in this area. There's just so many people. What was the population 2020 of New York? 8.8 million people. So there's tons of people needing lots of services. Now, the downside of New York, I've never been there. Sorry, but I hear the traffic is really horrendous. So you have to kind of love driving in New York traffic or stay in the surrounding areas if you don't love it. There's also a lot of bicycle messenger services and scooter messenger services and things like that, especially in the downtown business districts. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So with that preliminary stuff talked about, let's start with Brooklyn because it's the largest population. I'm just going to pull this out to its own tab, and we're going to look for courier services in Brooklyn. And keep in mind also, there's going to be a lot of overlap. So a company in Brooklyn is going to go to all the other 5 places and probably a bunch of other places too. It's just kind of where they are, where their offices are, and where probably they got started in the hub of their businesses. Okay, so on Same Day Delivery Inc. is an ad, so they're really looking for business. And let's see. They are right here, I believe, where this little green tab is. So we're going to look at their website. Now, sometimes in the past I've skipped ads, but I'm not skipping them anymore because if they're advertising they really want business, if they really want business, they probably really need drivers too. So OPS at onsameday.com, and here's their phone number. So you got that taken care of. Very clean website. I like this. Tells you what they do. Tells you all this information, corporate, phone number. We already got that. We already got their email. Here's their newsletter. And I hadn't been talking about this before, but if you're interested in working with a company, subscribe to their newsletter because you're going to get information about the company. And also check out their social links, their Facebook, their LinkedIn, their Twitter, because when you call their office, if you've done a little research and you can talk intelligently about their company and what they do, then I'm going to write a note about this so I can talk about it later. But the more intelligently you can talk about what they do, the more impressed with you they're going to be, and the more likely they're going to be to want to talk about hiring you. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, they also, just to go back real quick, they have a blog too. All right. They don't have anything about becoming a driver, so you can just contact them. Let's see if they have any other info on their contact page. Sometimes on the contact page, they will have like drive with us. They have warehouses in New York and New Jersey. Yeah, I would just call their main number or I would email them. So there you go. DHL is DHL. GFD Courier. They're a messenger service, New York City. Same day service in New York area. Delivery tracking, display and equipment setup. That is for like trade shows often. It's kind of a different type of job. That would be kind of fun. Document storage and retrieval. Office relocation. They will move your office. So this tells me they're doing some heavy furniture and heavy moving, but that's not all they do. Pick, pack, and ship. They'll pick stuff for you or pack it up and do orders, product fulfillment, warehousing, all sorts of different industries. Let's see, van and truck delivery. Let's check out them. Business delivery, vans and trucks. So probably not going to have anything for cars. I would call either one of these numbers to find out more about van service, but also to say, hey, do you need any drivers? Especially if you have a van. And you can ask them about cars and pickup trucks and stuff too. Sometimes they might, even though they don't advertise it, there might be times when what you have will be perfect for them. So yeah, so I would Just trying to see if they have, oh, look, they have a courier service too, which is different than delivery service. All right. Local courier service, courtesy, reliability, same day local courier, pickups and deliveries, experienced couriers. Again, I would call this number and just ask. So see, they're not excluding. Whenever they say couriers, they mean more than just vans and trucks. So I wouldn't discount it if you don't think you have the right kind of vehicle. And they also do stuff in Spanish. So if Spanish is your first language, you can still contact them. Okay, Active Transport Services website. Rush, same day scheduled, exclusive, green as can be. Let's see what that's all about. It's about graying off my computer. Let's try it one more time. Huh. I guess I don't have anything to say about that. Truck or van, foot, using the subway only. So if you don't have any vehicle, and a lot of people in New York don't, you can use the subway and you can take maybe legal documents or small packages or other documents that need to be taken. That's pretty good. They pick up FedEx and DHL ready packages too. So that means that if you don't have FedEx or DHL pickup in like your office building, you can call a courier and they can take it to the DHL or the FedEx hub to be dropped off. So you don't have to use your own employees to do that. That's a cool thing. So Brooklyn and Manhattan, they have 2 different offices. Here's their email. Let's see what else they have to say about services, awards, contact. We already got their contact info. Let's just see. Yeah, it's the same information. So yeah, so we already know we're probably going to run across these when we do Manhattan. Okay, 1-800 Courier Delivery Services. They are probably a broker, and where different couriers can sign up, and then they get jobs through that. National Courier Service, same day. We've looked at 1-800 Courier with other cities. Let's see. Different customers who are using them, different places all throughout the country. So if you are in any of these cities and you want to hook up with 1-800 courier.com, or at least check them out, then that would be good. And they also work with different partners in different places. So looks like they have an affiliate program too, which means if you were an affiliate, which I am not, and you got other people to sign up for their service, you would get a little bit of a kickback. I'm just trying to see if it says anything about contact. Job opportunities, here you go. Delivery driver. Clean motor vehicle report, no DUIs, no at-fault accidents, only 1 ticket. And that's probably within 3 years, but you'd have to ask them. Fluent in English, be able to work at least 20 hours a week, have your own vehicle in good working condition, good knowledge of the streets, and good with directions. Let's see, customer-oriented attitude. That's true of any job you have. You have to be able to work weekends, have to be able to lift 50 pounds. Vehicle must be a newer model in good cosmetic condition. They don't want you going to their customer in an old junker. That reflects poorly on them as a company. 4-door or hatchback. A van would probably work too, or maybe even a pickup truck with a cab. So they want you to be able to get things in the back seat. In other words, you might have things that are too big to go into the back seat from a front seat. All right, so Sometimes they have live help. Sometimes, or always, you can send an email. Here's their phone number. And you can apply now by going right here. Let's see. Just all of the things. Which zone do you prefer to work? This says Mountain View, San Francisco, either. None of those work, so I would call them first, or if there's some kind of I don't know, I would call them and find out how you do it for other locations. All right, so that is 1-800-Courier. Stat Courier is another national one that we've seen before. We've talked about this company before. So look, they service all of these areas all over the darn place. I don't remember. Here's our contact info, and I don't remember where their become a driver is, so you can just contact them through their information and find out how to do that. Courier does not have a phone number, so I would just call them. Here is their phone number right here. I meant they don't have a website. I said phone number. And GM Courier is the last one we're going to do for Brooklyn. And their website is not found. Now, that doesn't mean they're not around. You can still give them a call and see if they're around. Maybe they just don't have a website anymore, or maybe they have a different website address than is listed here. It doesn't mean anything necessarily bad about the company. It doesn't mean the company's not gone. Now, if their phone number is disconnected, obviously they're not around anymore. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is Queens. Let's pull that out into its own place. On Same Day Delivery, Inc. And before we do that, there's pretty many in Queens, but they're kind of more spread out. So, On Same Day Delivery, Inc. We saw this on Brooklyn, remember? Brooklyn, I think it was right here. So we're not going to look at it again in detail here. Need it now. They have a Flushing address. They have walkers, vans, and trucks for larger packages. They probably have cars too. Let's see. Here is their phone number right here. Here's their address, phone number, and email address. I just want to see if it has anything about, doesn't say anything about drivers. Here is their social media. Remember I said to kind of stalk them a little on social media, find out more about them before calling them so that you can get a better idea of how to talk intelligently to them. Okay. Pristine Services does not have a website. Here is their phone number. New York and nearby areas. Nearby. Not nearby, nearby. I'm a little bit loopy today. Okay, Queens Messenger Service has a website. Mobile Messenger. This says cars and vans, big and small needs. couple different phone numbers. Does not have an email address here. Does not have anything about, let's look under fleet. This talks about, it doesn't really talk about fleet. So I would go to contact and see the phone numbers, which were down at the bottom, and here is an email as well. We're going to do one more and then we're going to go on to the next one. All right, it's not even going to let me. Same day delivery. We got that privacy notice because they don't have a certificate on their website. I wasn't worried about it. They just need to upgrade to a secure certificate. So I was not worried about there being any kind of hacking going on or anything. They just either it expired or they don't have one. All right, here's their phone number. Let's see what we can find here. Create shipment, my account, GPS. Contact. Here is a form, and here's their phone number without any email address. So, and here's their Facebook and their LinkedIn. So I would go ahead, or no, is that Instagram? Sorry. I messed up on my little icon. So I would go ahead and call them and find out more information. All right, so I said that was all we were going to do with this. Let's go on to Manhattan. Pull this one out. On same day delivery. If you remember, we've seen this, and notice they have an ad on all of them. So they are really looking for drivers. They're advertising in all of the boroughs. We're not going to look at them again because we've already looked at them twice. Manhattan Courier Service. And let's see. Services, ship now, new account, contact blog. Here is an 800 number. Sometimes these phone numbers go to customer service because they're primarily interested in sales and customer service, but you can still find out what number to call or they can transfer you to the right department. So here are some of their services, how you schedule. Okay, nothing about becoming a driver. So let's go up to contact. Their address, their phone number, and there's an email form. Right here that they don't have it set up. They must have taken it down or it's not configured correctly. But you can still call them and ask them for an email if they want one. Let's see, professional services. Rush and on-demand, pre-scheduled routes, warehousing, air freight, baggage delivery, last mile home delivery. So those are some of the services they offer. All right. Premier Courier Services. Here's a become a driver link, but let's check them out real quick. 30 years they've been around. They are the absolute best delivery service in New York City. They're doing messenger and courier, van, truck, liftgate. Incredible savings, they say. Dependable, reliable. Let's find out. Here's a phone number. Here's some of the services that they do. And here is the about, and then here's a here's an email and a phone number. But let's go back up to the top and do become a driver. They want drivers. 1,000 to 1,500 a week, and I don't know how good that is in New York, because I know it's very expensive to live there. You have to drive your own vehicle, so it's an independent contractor. They require you having commercial plates. I don't know if that's a requirement of this company or if that's a New York State requirement. You would have to, I guess, ask some questions and find out. That's not something that I know about. If you are interested, you can call and you can ask those questions that I just asked, and then you can fill out this form or give them your information when you call. And also you can ask what types of vehicles they want. Is it only vans? Can it be minivans? Can it be pickups? Can it be cars? This says cargo vans, sprinters, or box liftgate trucks, but you don't know if they need other things too. All right, GFD Courier Service. Messenger service. Didn't we see these? Didn't we see this in yeah, GFD. We saw that when we were doing Brooklyn, so we won't look at that again. Now, see, I've forgotten who I am working on. GFD, that was Brooklyn. Hang on one second, let me... Here, we were doing Manhattan. See, I got confused because I have too many windows open. Okay. Lightspeed Express Delivery Systems. We don't want to do this. We want to open in a new tab so we can keep our search open. All right, so they are open 24 hours a day. I guess they weren't for a while because of all of the stuff going on in the world. Really simple, phone number. You click, you can send them a message right there, which opens up a little form. It doesn't say anything about being a driver. So just call that number, or you can send them a message and find out more. This is van delivery and truck delivery, but they may do more than that. Give them a call and find out. We'll do one more for Manhattan. No website, so we're going to do a phone number, and you can just give them a call. And since they didn't have a website, we will try another one. Mobile Messenger Service.com. They are in New York. Here is an 800 number and non-800 numbers. I think we might have looked at this before. I'm not going to go looking because I'm going to get all confused again. And here is a phone number. And since I think we may have done this before, let's do this one as well. So MPH, about them, what we do, markets served, client services contact. So testimonials, messengers, vehicles, trucks, couriers. They've been around for 10 plus years. There's nothing about become a driver that I see. This just says what they do. Read that through. Or about the company, sorry. This is what they do. read that through and click on the pluses. I don't know, maybe it's not going to tell us anything. Market served, retail, fashion, legal, medical, construction, finance, all sorts of different things. And contact. Here's how you find them. Phone number, email, and you can fill out this form as well. All right, so that was Manhattan. Let's see, that's Brooklyn. That's Queens. We have 2 more to do, Bronx and Staten Island. So let's do Bronx next. On same day, there's the ad again. Bronx Courier. Phone number up front and center. Same day delivery. Messenger service, Mount Vernon, Yonkers. They probably go in other places as well. About us. Here are delivery areas. We go across the U.S., probably with partners. Bronx Courier, Bronx, New York, Queens, all of these different ones. And plus Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Ohio, Virginia, and more. From a small package to a cargo van, so all sorts of different vehicles. This is scheduling a delivery. Send us a message, but I don't see how yet. Here's their email address for a newsletter. That might be something that you want to look into. And no email is seen, and I didn't see, and this is for scheduled delivery. You maybe could use that. I would just call them. Yeah, I would just call them and ask, because this is really for scheduling a delivery, not getting a job. Okay, Post and Parcel does not have a website, but here's their phone number, so you can give them a call. Partopia. Here's their phone number. They do have a website, so Logistics Rush next day. Contacts. Just trying to find about do they have a driver thing? They do office moving, so that's going to be big truck type stuff, but that doesn't mean that's all they do. They could do office moving, loading, small to medium packages. There you go. Let's go ahead and look at services just to make sure that we understand what they're doing. Courier and delivery services. Small packages, papers to clients, papers to your client, patterns, blueprints, medical supplies, all sorts of different things. So yes, they do that as well. And let's go to contact. Notice they also have a blog, so you can find out more about them. Send us a message here. I did not see a phone number on here. Was it just on the home page? Oh, here it is, right here in their top picture. There it is. So yeah, you can give them a call as well. And it was also right here. 676-2001. Yep, same phone number. Every once in a while they're different. Nickelby, Courier and Delivery. Call or text us right there. Services, local long distance storage, packing and unpacking. Let's do local. Let's just do services. just kind of pictures. They have a chat box too. Let's see. Contact. Phone number and email. There you go. So I can't really tell from this. It says courier service. I'm not sure if they do like bigger moving things or courier things. I'm thinking courier. All right, unique motor messenger. New management. So they've been bought out or they got a new manager. Residential and commercial courier services. Here's their phone number. Light moving, rush delivery, partial packaging and delivery. So let's look at delivery services. Just says give us a call. Here's their phone number. Lots of different places. Business hours, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 7. So I would call them after, between those hours, obviously. And contact. Let's see if there's an email as well as a phone number. It doesn't, it just has a map. Not really sure. Yeah. So just call that number right there. I don't see an email. Okay. We'll do one more. Air Express couriers. Maybe we'll do 2 more for them. Taking a long time to load. And Total Parcel. We'll check them out. They do not have a phone or a website, so I would just call this number and find out. And we'll do Eagle Express too, but let's look at, here we go, Jamaica Air Express. Letters, documents, small packages. So they're going back and forth between the Caribbean, and they're an Air Express company. So unless your car flies, you would think maybe they don't need anyone. However, you could contact them anyway, because an Air Express company has to get their stuff from the customer to the airplane. So they may need couriers. They may need people to pick up stuff at customers or drop off stuff at customers. Here's phone number and email. And you can ask them about that. And if they don't directly do that, this is another little kind of secret. If they say, no, we just do the air part of it. Well, ask them, what companies are you using to get your stuff to the airport? And they can tell you that, and then you have another lead on somebody to contact. Or maybe they always need people to do that. You don't know. Okay, Eagle Express. Last one we're going to do for the Bronx. Okay. Phone number, or that's fax number, phone number, and this is their dispatch email. We're going to look for another email too that's not dispatch. Just looking for something about jobs. All these shoe ads. I was looking for shoes the last couple weeks, and my internet is inundated with ads for shoes, of course. Okay, I don't see anything about that. We're just going to hit contact down at the bottom. We could hit it at the top too. I saw it there. So contact us, phone numbers, 2 different addresses, couple different phone numbers, and they only have the one email. And you can also do this contact form. And you could do employment information for your subject if you were going to contact them. All right, let's go on and look at this was Brooklyn. Let's put that back so we can easily find it. Staten Island. All right, we don't need this New York anymore. That was just to show you the difference in search results. So we're just going to do Staten Island. On same day, still advertising. DHL is advertising its messengers. So check them out. Ooh, the site cannot be reached. I'm just going to reload just to make sure it's not my internet connection because I noticed it was slowing down and it does that sometimes. So we're going to give them, sorry, I needed some water. We're going to give them a minute. Oh, yep, there it is. Package delivery, Staten Island. Staten Island and Metro New York City. Phone number, email, hours. It does not have, it's a very basic website. It doesn't say much about what they do, but you can certainly call them and ask if they're looking for drivers. Now let's see if this one is the same one. Yeah, it's the same phone number, so it's the same, different, wait a minute, it's different addresses, 550 Manor Road and 448-2767. Different address, and it could be that they have two locations, it could be that they moved. And this says Manor Road, so I would say that's probably the most, this is probably old. All right, Mailzone Express. They're just a shipping company, but it says courier service. So authorized shipping company. So let's check them out. Get a quote, become an agent, worldwide logistics. Doesn't really say. I'm thinking they're like in like a UPS store or FedEx store where you go and you ship your packages. That's what I am thinking. However, they may do pickups as well, and if they do pickups at your office, they may need drivers. So you could call them and ask. Freight delivery services. That is a freight forwarding service. So that is, we talked about this before. Freight forwarding is if you are living in a different country and you want things shipped to a U.S. address. Like a lot of companies will not ship overseas. But if you employ a freight forwarding service, then you can ship it to an address in New York or anywhere on the coast, and then they can ship it to you at your foreign address. Now, I don't know that those type of companies use courier services. Probably not. Well, they probably have couriers that deliver something, but they don't provide that as a service. All right, National Delivery Services is a trucking company. JPR Prime Delivery does not have any information, no phone number or anything. Mailzone DHL Shipping, that's a shipping service. Ride-Out Taxi and Delivery on Demand. Looks like they do both. Let's find out more about them. Driver, rider, business login. Okay, we're going to hang on just a minute and we're going to look at those after we go down here. Errands on demand, that's probably like a scooter and a bike. Regular car courier services, small cargo van, medium cargo van, large cargo van. So they have all different sizes of vehicles that are available. Let's see. So it is people. We assist you in moving your employees, VIP customers, interviewers, students. So it is like a taxi, kind of like an Uber type thing, I think. This is how you sign up to be a driver. So yeah, it's not packages, it's people. I prefer to not haul people around that I don't know. But if you are interested in something like that, then just keep in mind this is going to be kind of like an Uber, most likely. All right. Paqueteria? Am I saying that correct? Lee, correct, Lee? Okay, let's see if we can figure that out. And check out this. This is just something. Paqueteria, the website is, we had this before, has a security thing, probably because, all right, this website isn't even set up. Yeah, so you could just say, okay, they don't have a legit website. I'm just going to call them. Here's their phone number. And you could even tell them, hey, your website's not working. Rossville Delivery. We deliver happiness. Okay. On home, online store. So I guess if you're grumpy, you can't work for them because you can't deliver happiness. And Be My Partner, that's probably about drivers. But let's see what else we have. Family-owned delivery service supporting your favorite small businesses. So delivery solutions for stores, events, business needs. This looks like it's featured products. These are all food products. Yeah, I bet you this is food and like catering stuff, and especially around the holidays, you're going to need extra people. Let's see. This is for companies looking for deliveries. So this would be good, like if you have a small bakery and you want to do deliveries, but you don't have enough business to hire your own delivery driver, or you have trouble with people not showing up or scheduling or whatever, you can hire a company like this, and they probably deliver for lots of bakeries, lots of restaurants, lots of specialty stores and small stores like that. And if you like that kind of environment, I'm trying to see if there is they have social media. So here's their social media that you can, there's their phone number. Found their phone number right there. There was no contact link. So you could call them and check out their social media as well to find out more about what they do. UPS store, Meast, Staten Island pickup service. This is a shipping company, but it says pickup, so maybe they're going to pick up stuff as well. Parcels and cargo from the Ukraine. That's interesting. International parcel delivery, buy from U.S. stores. I bet this is like a freight forwarder that ships to the Ukraine, back and forth from the Ukraine, and from other companies as well. So I don't see them as having their own couriers. FedEx on-site, FedEx. So not as many in Staten Island, but Staten Island has a lower population. I think they had, of all of these places, they had like not even 500,000 people. So quite a bit smaller than the other big areas. So all right, that was New York City with its 5 boroughs. And I broke them down for you so that you could get an idea of what's available in each one. There were a lot more, of course, and because I was doing all 5, I tried to just do a few each for time. And what you noticed is there was not a lot of overlap. There were a couple companies that had offices in both places or in more than one place, but a lot of them didn't. The one that had, this on same day delivery. They were advertising everywhere. But other than that, we didn't see a lot of overlap. We didn't see a lot of companies in multiple areas, which and it could happen like that in any large city. You might have some courier companies that only work in certain smaller cities around certain areas of the city. And that's why I tell you to not only search the city itself, but surrounding cities and towns and the county and all that kind of stuff to get a wider variety of companies to choose from. So I hope you found this information helpful, and I hope that if you're in New York, you can use it to find the perfect courier job for you. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Got a route to do, so I will see you on the road.